Hi everyone, Alex Ruby here, immigration attorney with Osorio. Today the topic is how do I get a work permit? I hear this obviously all the time. Many people that's the most important thing to them is getting their work permit, which is understandable because that's how you get a good paying job. You're able to provide for yourself and provide for your family. So obviously a big area of concern of how can I get a work permit? When do I qualify for a work permit? So each work permit application is an I-765. And in order to apply for the I-765, you need to put in the correct code. That code is critical because if you file with the wrong code, even if it's, just an error, they're going to deny the application if you don't show how you're eligible under the code you filed. What do I mean by a code? Well, the only way to get a work permit is if you qualify based on an application that you already have pending, typically. So what I mean by that is if people have an application for a green card pending, maybe they have an application for asylum pending, DACA, TPS, cancellation of removal, all of those types of applications have a work permit that you can apply for as a result of the fact that you have this application pending. So while you're waiting for your case, for that underlying case to be adjudicated, you can work here in the United States. So you can't just apply for a work permit from scratch for nothing, but you can apply for a work permit if you have a different type of application pending, typically, okay? It depends on the application. The length of the work permit also depends on what's the application that you have pending. So for example, for asylum cases, they just changed it, USCIS just changed it, now they're issuing work permits for 5 years. So if you have an asylum application pending, that's going to be a C8 code on the application form, you will get your employment document that's valid for 5 years, okay? Now, other types of applications, the validity date is different, okay? So if you have an application for cancellation of removal, that code is C10, that's going to be valid for 1 year. You'd have to renew it every year. When can you renew a work permit? Well, you can renew a work permit 6 months prior to the date that it expires. And then typically, as long as you renew on time for most applications, not all, so like DACA doesn't have this, but for many applications, the work permit, the one that expired, would remain valid as long as you applied in time to renew it. And that gives you validity to keep working with a copy of that receipt until your new work permit arrives. So that's what you have to know in terms of a work permit, that it's code specific. So you need to know how you're applying. When you get it or how long you get it for is really dependent on the code. When you get it also is dependent on the type of application. For example, if you have like adjustment of status for green card cases, a lot of times we'll see the employment document come after like 3 or 4 months. If it's an asylum case and it's your first one, it'll usually come out like within a month or two. So different types of applications have different kind of speeds as to which you'll see the work permit come. And then once you have your work permit, oftentimes you can take that work permit and go get a driver's license. If it's your first work permit, you'll often also get your social security number or your social security card through the mail. So you can have a social security card. So a lot of times children apply for work permits for the purpose of having a U.S. social security number. So that is work permits. Any questions? Visit our website or call us, mariosario.com, and we look forward to chatting with you. Bye-bye.